What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another monthly portfolio update. I can't remember what part to 100K this is right now. Still kind of recovering from a cold, so forgive me for sounding a bit raspy and nasally. Really good month this month. The portfolio all time is up to 46.76%, and we're just barely on the cusp of halfway. I was really hoping I would cross over on Friday, but didn't quite get there. My deposits helped on payday, but still around 300 something dollars short. Overall, the past month up 8.14%. My TFSA had a great month. We'll look at that first. Up 9.3% this past month. Amazon absolutely crushed earnings. Bird was close to flat. I think they were actually down a bit. Brookfield. I think the only two stocks that were down this month were Bird and EQB. Everything else was in the positives, or I think CNR was exactly flat. But Amazon had a great earnings. Absolutely crushed it with their AWS estimates. Waiting for Bird to come out with their earnings in a couple weeks here. And then Google also absolutely crushed earnings. And I didn't have the chance. I've been so busy with work. I didn't have the chance to really dive into Hammond's earnings, but they were up a crazy amount this month. They're my second one bagger stock next to Rocket Lab, which is also up a good crazy amount. So yeah, all the stocks that are weighted to perform good this month. Year to date, it's been an unreal year, 29.61%, which is way more than I could ask for. My goal is around 12 to 15% a year, and it's almost double that. So a lot of things to be happy about this year. My savings rate has been really good this year. I'm looking at a new stock called Palomar Holdings, doing some research on that one, waiting before I pull the trigger if I do on that. And I did sell out of Alimentation this month. I don't necessarily align with their fundamentals anymore, so did sell out at a bit of a loss there, but it was only 3% loss and the dividends almost broke me even, so that's all right. That's what happens when you stock pick. Sometimes you have winners and sometimes you have losers, so RSP, no, I did have a small deposit at the beginning of the month. Year to date, 14.3%, and over the past month, a good 1.17%, so not as crazy as my TFSA, but this is supposed to be my slow and steady growth account. So with my deposit, I just put in $50 into each holding that I have. And then in my trading accounts, still we're up 6% this month. All time with my trading activity, we're down 50% still. New position in Archer, swing trade. I did sell, I don't know if I had this in last month, but I originally had 70 shares of GPUs. Sold half of that at a bit of a profit. I missed the selling opportunity when it was shot back up for a 30% return. But again, I've been so busy with work, I didn't really have time to check on that. And then my call option for WTI up 45% the previous day and all time 16.94%. And then for buys and sells and dividends this month, it's been a busy month. With the last month's deposits, I bought 3 shares of Amazon. Going forward, I'm going to stop doing this adjusting the average price. It's not necessarily a good thing to really pay attention to as a long-term investor. Because if you're buying quality companies, you're not going to be able to average down a whole lot. So going forward, not gonna do this adjusting anymore. So yeah, aside from that, 3 shares of Amazon and then the $50 into each of these, which equaled only 1 shares in VE and VEE. The rest were just fractional shares. And then with selling out of alimentation, I did buy 8 shares of Amazon with my deposit on Friday. And then the rest I'm just stockpiling cash for a little while, waiting for what I want to do with it yet. Alimentation, sell 10.6 shares, around 3% loss, almost broke even on the dividends, like I said. Completed trades, GPUs, around 15.6% gain, around $3. And Archer, I did get in too early on Archer, and then I sold out of it for around a 90-cent loss, and then I rebought in at a lower price. And dividends, big month for dividends. $8 from VE, $2 from VEE, BN almost $3, CNR $8, EQB $9, Loblaws $3, CNQ $37.53, VFE 14.4 between my RRSP and TFSA combined, VDY 3.4, Bird Construction $6, and TD $11. Top performers this month, Hammond had an absolutely amazing month, 69%. Google continues to do strong, 14.49. And Rocket Lab at third place, 12.54%, which narrowly beat Amazon, which was 11.4%, I believe, this month. And worst performers, EQB, negative 4.85, Bird, negative 0.59, and CNR was exactly flat. At least they weren't at a loss, but I'm hoping they're going to be on the upswing here soon. They had a good earnings, or a decent earnings. I shouldn't say necessarily good, but they had a decent earnings, better than the past few they've had, and I'm hoping they're starting to come on the upswing. So hence why I bought more on Friday. So no new videos this month again, aside from this one. It's been super crazy at work, still dealing with a lot of big jobs. At the start of October, the pay period, I finished with, I think, 68 hours, and then more than made up for it the next pay period to finish out the month. Finished with 173 hours and 13 days, which was a grind. It was an absolute grind. Long days, but I was closing like 16, 18, 14-hour days pretty much every single day that pay period. So it was very chaotic, very hectic, very tiring, but out of that I was able to get a good deposit in towards my savings, getting me closer to right on the cusp of halfway, which is almost my second goal I set for the year, which is really crazy to think about because year to date, I started at 20 and I'm close to 50 now. So with the market helping me out and my deposits, we increased the portfolio close to 30 grand, and one good day in the markets this month can cross me over to my second goal. My original goal was only 30,000, and we absolutely blew that out of the park. It's been a really fortunate year. I'm very grateful. And with work again, they up bonuses actually for the flat rate techs, and pretty much most people in service, they up the bonuses. So before, if you crossed 100 hours, it's $2 bonus on every single hour you get. Then 115 was 3, and then 130 booked hours was $3, $4, $3 or $4. I can't remember now, but they upped the middle and top tier bonuses to $4 and $6 respectively on every single hour you get. So hence why I've been so adamant on taking advantage of those opportunities, because these goals I'm trying to hit aren't just going to be given to me. I gotta earn them. So been working really hard to get there, and it's really been paying off so far. And I'm just going to keep on my strategy, and hopefully November I can hit those bonuses again. Obviously I'm dealing with this cold, so it's kind of setting me back a little bit, but still trying to work through it without burning myself out. Hopefully by November I can, or end of November, I can get some more deposits and maybe close out the year even blowing past my 50 grand goal, which would be really, really amazing to see. So probably won't be any other videos except for another portfolio update. Haven't really had the time or energy to make these videos aside from these ones. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and please like and subscribe to follow along my Road to 100K series.